So I just wanted to make this quick video, but as far as like being out of the loop, I pretty much been out of the loop. Like I said, I was like talking about in my last video. I've pretty much been out of the loop uh, between the war that's been going on for 2 years. Ever since AEW got started, I pretty much like became known about it ever since. Basically CM Punk came back. So, and that's when that's when I guess you know um, the real hardcore supporters. Or you want to say, or you whatever you want to say about them. I guess the community of WWE. That's when they really started to chow down on them. But they've been down on them since I want to say since last year. It started getting pretty hectic. Of course, the shots thrown at AEW by WWE. So yeah, I just wanted to get as in this quick video, I just wanted to get my thoughts on it. So like the WWE community, they like to, and as I said, I used to be a part. I'm just like in the basis of yeah, it's like wanting wrestling to just be for what it is, Like I'm not just like or whatever Marvel versus DC and Xbox versus PlayStation. It doesn't really because it's much more when it comes to like sports, especially wrestling, because it can be a battle and everything that's been clashing on, but people want to see the supporters of it, especially people who have a passion and just have the heart just to see wanting to see wrestling continue on and just thrive and continue on, and just the people in new storylines, have new wrestlers to get behind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody wants that, but I don't. It's like the other wants to do their best to prove the other wrong, and it's like they say that they're not really bashing, and they're not really preying on the downfall. It's just that it's the other side that's doing this, but but then again, they still, they still continue to bash, and then they say that they're not, it's not like, and then they as they bash, they don't want to call out. They say they call out, for, or in this instance, the community of WWE say like that they call out, and they make it as if that Vince, they have their flaws, but as far as like too, like financially, or in a scummy way, that they never had a problem with, which is like very obviously hilarious, considering obviously WWE's well scumbag history, Vince in particular. So in this quick video, I just wanted to talk about like they like the community of WWE, because I'm not going to disrespect anybody, because I think like because it's really no point, and that too is like just really ridiculous. And I don't know, because don't want to respect anybody for still loving the sport of wrestling, but it's like people like to prove the other wrong, and then but never admit that their side also has never done any wrong. It is not continuing to do anything wrong. Like AEW is thriving right now. They're doing what the WWE has been doing for years, as far as like pulling in talent and just doing. I don't see. Well, I've just been watching them, but as far as that, I don't see any problem they've been having. As far as the inconsistencies with, I guess the pace of some of the matches, I guess, or probably like having like wrestlers that I think they need to work on themselves, and their like arsenal of mic skills, character, charisma, whatever what comes to, yeah, y'all know the character trait you need to have to to be a wrestler, but yeah, like I've been saying, it doesn't really make any sense. It's like the other side wants to prove so desperately prove the other side wrong. Like the Owen Hart ordeal, for instance. There's the obvious reason why, but and then they try to throw shit at at Owen's wife as if she is like basically in on this to feed off his name. Even when they say that, but it's pointing in that direction. Like there's an obvious reason why. And I'm pretty sure most of them don't remember. Y'all remember when the Owen Hart faithfully I'm pretty sure most of y'all remember, especially the hardcore ones going back into the attitude era when they was doing that setup. I guess it was going back to the history. This might have to be 2 videos also, but I'm just going back when he was doing that setup. 'Cause I guess he was in a new gimmick. I guess because I remember it was like blue and white, kind of like Hogan's gimmick. So I'm not really sure, but as he was like setting up, to like basically do a glide down like Batman, I guess, or some, basically some kind of like just like descend it like to the ring, and when it fucked up, he summoned like the harness. Yeah, he fucking he fell. Like it was like a large ass fall to the ring, and but I bet you they didn't want to bring up that part. And as everybody else was clearly unnerving and basically, in panic mode after what happened because they didn't show it on air. I don't know why they was airing that anyway, but yeah, they didn't show it on air. So he clearly fell to his death, and Vince kept, and I think, well, I guess JR was clearly too. Everybody was on edge. They was clearly not wanting to do, after what happened, and after that, after what happened to Owen, yeah, Vince like basically said he don't give a fuck. He wanted to continue on to the show and get to the show. Oh, but they didn't want the community, the community of WWE. They never want to. I guess, but bring that part up too. If you really done your research on that, I guess on another thing too. I don't really. That's one another thing. Yeah, because talking about, I guess that, he is, Tony Khan is a businessman. So, and then they do an honor, the honor event basically in Owen. And like I said, there's an obvious reason why, Martha went to Tony. And why you haven't seen, because for damn sure he would have used the one to make, would not give a damn about Martha or his as far as Owen's legacy, but he would have damn sure used his name to pay him more dollars. Oh, but they don't want to talk about that. They said, "Oh, this is not like that." Even though there's a very well documented history of it. Why do you think they had, from our hardcore, ones, especially the ones that grew up? Sorry, I want to like a bit change it up. Especially the ones that grew up in the Attitude Era. Why do you think they had that whole steroid trial? I'm pretty sure they're still used to come in AEW, but they don't like this. Like, I'm going in terms of like scumminess. Why hasn't the whole steroid ordeal? He was using basically his whole wrestlers of Arsenal were using steroids, basically. And Hulk Hogan basically spoke out is when that time after that, and when they was in the whole midst of the steroid trial back in 1993, and when Hogan spoke out against them on it, he sure, and he was speaking on him against it, and there was sure a bit of pettiness after that, because after that Hogan left, so I'm pretty sure he had his dispute with Hogan. Oh, but I guess people don't want to bring that up too, or like I I'm not really found on that, but like when the brothers, I don't really know the name, but like it's like so much shit that's when WWE. But I guess but the delusional community don't want, especially the casuals, they don't want to admit or dwell back in that and want to seem like Vince is a saint of holy. He's like basically the cousin of Jesus Christ. When Vince's catalog and his shit as far as his company goes way back deeper. So I don't want to hear this shit about of AEW being and Tony Khan being so fucking money hungry. They like to point that out, but they don't want to point, Vince's obvious history of scumbaggery. That's what shit, man, makes me sick. And people just want to take it aside just to hear themselves too, and they just want they want to take aside, hear themselves, and also just for liking views. That's all it is. This brings a bellyache to my belly. It's just complete sickening. And like I said, I've been saying for the as far as like making in the formation of the channel. And as I don't think I can take sub. I don't think I can take this at the end of the video. Subscribe, or another video off it. I don't think I can really, well, except just put sub on there. But yeah, as far as like this, in my other channels, symbol like go as like next to my like main channel. This isn't that's coming, but like as far as like wrestling or entertainment, like movies as well, like movie entertainment and wrestling, like especially wrestling. This isn't a character. It isn't a character or a business for me. Like I absolutely have a heart, just adore this for wrestling. Like I've been watching wrestling ever since I was born. And I damn sure will feel a type of, way, if it would happen to, something very dangerous would happen to it. But as I said, like every community is like people just want, like I said, they just want to they just want to have a voice just to feed off of and be a part of a community, or just have their group so they can basically be their own messiah. And, basically people can eat their shit. But AEW is a money hungry company. After all the shit that Vince has, his coveted companies and himself included history. Like fuck out of here, man. Why do you think Martha didn't want anything after that? After what happened, what the fuck did him to do in the first place? It's because after that, yeah, Vince. It's like he didn't actually, out of respect, or for the fact that Owen died, he continued the fucking show. So like I said, I don't want to hear that bullshit about fucking Tony Khan being money hungry. But I bet you I bet you the ass kissing marks don't want to bring that shit up. And I just wanted to make a quick video on that. And more series to come of this recent AW versus WWE. Like I said, it just makes me so sick that I agree with a few that's been talking that we can't really enjoy wrestling. As far as the war, the battle, side of things, like this, like basically like this cop and robbers, yeah, I just look at it as fun. I just like, may have participated in this just to giggle and just laugh my ass off. But as far as this going, his fact, it just, as far as like, as far as doing it just to demean people and, put them down just because they have a certain wrestler or a company that they like get the fuck out of here with that, man. Like, and just for clicks and views, while also saying that you don't do it, you just do it for the community. But at the same time, behind the scenes, you just straight up see it for what it. You can see that we see it for what it is, and that's just you being a scumbag. That's all it is. People just make me sick, man. And they just say they are part of the community, and they're just doing this just to have voices. They're one of the many voices to be heard, when they're really just doing it for themselves. It makes me sick. It's the same shit like that with everything. Everybody just want to be heard and just want to be famous and just have high school famous, and just because, man, just for clicks and views. That's the new that's the new high school being cool. or as far as being delusional and just for bending over to take dick from a company, or not because they don't want to acknowledge his faults, and what they also have faults too. But that's it. I didn't attempt this. It's probably long, but I didn't attempt this video to be long. It's just that this people made me sick. So like I said, well, also pertaining to be for a cause, which is their own like personal gain. But that's it. As far as like I can't do anything else about it. It'll probably just be sub because I don't want to make this as far as speaking on these topics like controversial type topics. Basically, you can call them that. I don't want to like promote. Yeah, because they'll say all that shit, but say, oh, sub, like the video, subscribe, see my other videos, purchase my merch here. Yeah, like, see, like, they say all that shit, but, and then to promote, oh, I'm just for y'all, I'm community, I'm thankful for y'all, and it's just it's for all of us. No, you just want to fucking eat and just get money off of it. But that's the end of the video.